vote on certain things, but not everything, and not budget. So that's a big one. And it's really, I mean, it sounds great, but it can be really cumbersome, especially if that person's having tech issues. And then it's like, do we have a full vote or not?
All I know is we're voting on, not budget is, we do that annually. But the routine stuff,
Yeah.
they can be remote.
Yeah, when it all works and it's, truly synchronous, it's nice, but it just,
It's kind of interesting because the management company that handles our complex, they have all the members and they put yay or nay on the votes. But it's like here, a lot of them are routine. The budget, we do at our meeting in October.
yeah.
She's ready whenever you are, Richard. She's ready whenever you are.
Oh, okay. Is it, okay, so I'm just now at 8.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Good morning. We'll call the Redevelopment Commission meeting to order. The first thing is roll call. Josh?
Here.
BJ Deppie? Absent. Ann?
Here.
Paul?
Here.
Deb?
Here.
And Richard Wertz here. Okay, first point of business is to approve the minutes of January 27th. Are there any questions?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor to approve?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is our claims. They were sent to us. Does anybody have a question about the claims on any of those?
Yeah, I did not send these for the January meeting, so there are some,
That's a duplicate.
there are some older ones in here, but then also the ones from January as well, so.
If there's no questions, we'll entertain a motion to approve the claims presented.
Move to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, moving to new business. Resolution 2026-07, Economic Development Software and Related Services.
I can take this one. Dana, feel free to chime in. This is for, with Stone Municipal Group. So this would be for a year trial with them. We've already started meeting with Adam and giving him a couple different case tests to do. Dana's already started the tax abatement compliance for the year, so I don't think that all of them will go through this year, but we're gonna be working, like building kind of these things and testing things out. And then we will also run some of the other economic development projects incentives through this as well. So we will be reporting back to you kind of as that takes place, so.
Yeah, Krista's right. We're working on those now. So we have 10, we've chosen 10 companies that are kind of midway through some of the process to start working with them and kind of make sure that we've got everything the way that we want it, specific to the city, which is one of the beauties of this program, is that it will truly be customized to specifically what Franklin wants and what we need, and so that with the reports that we can generate will be exactly what we're looking for. So I think it's going to be really very helpful. Some of the things that he's already shown us that he can do. Right now, I individually send out emails to every company to let them know when it's time to start doing compliance and things like that. This will email them all for me. Basically, it's just plug and play. Once it's done, it's done. So time savings is incredible, but I think really what's going to be the benefit for the city, even for you guys, is the fact that we're going to be able to run public projects, private projects, a lot of things through this to truly get the benefit and understand based on the tax laws for that year. So he'll be able to change and adjust as new legislation comes around, as things change, so that we'll be able to get a more accurate, a deeper dive into exactly what we, the city, are getting back, or what our benefit is to any of these new projects coming in, especially with the changes to SCA 1 and looking at more of income tax and things like that. This is going to be able to do that, whereas right now, we don't have any capabilities of being able to track that kind of stuff. This will be able to track all of that, so it's going to be very beneficial.
And we can also run like previous projects through this as well to kind of see and maybe update council, RDC, EDC on what some of those actual numbers are. We try to give a bit of a idea of the taxes that will be coming in with a project, but we haven't historically gone back after a project has actually been built. So I think some of those things could be very educational and interesting, maybe just Dana and I, but we like it.
We're kind of data nerds.
Yeah, but I think, and then going forward with new projects, we can work with that information as well, so.
So my question to both of you, will the RDC then get updates as you funnel this information to the people and back through?
Right, yeah, we can absolutely do that. We would be able to do summary reports and kind of let you see, here's the results of some of the compliance, some of the overall things, and kind of help you guys be more engaged in that process as well. And then also with the new companies that are coming in, if we do have companies that, perfect example that I'm thinking of is like when the city built Linville Way and we did all of that work, that funding came from you and from TIF. When companies come in, that is an incentive for them because that road's already there. They don't have to do that. We can actually show the benefit of that to companies, and then we can in turn do reports to you to show that because you invested those TIF dollars, here's the results, and here's what actually came back to the city from that. So yeah, we'll be able to do much more. It'll be much more broader in our scope of what we can do.
Okay, any questions? Would entertain a motion to pass Resolution 2026-07, Economic Development Software and Related Services not to exceed $27,500.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Resolution 2026-08. It's appropriation for the expenses and costs related to the extension of Graham Road project.
Matt, do you want to take this one? I just closed the thing. I didn't mean to.
So yeah, this is for the Graham Bypass project, the final payment for that milestone contractors. So we had this money appropriated, and there was some miscommunication last year with getting that reappropriated. So this is where we're at. It was there last year, just not this year, so this is a resolution to get that paid, so.
Yeah, that was my, I thought that was my fault. I think we had appropriated the grant funds, and so I had thought that we didn't need to appropriate or encumber that for the year, but we did. So there are some remaining funds they were spent last year, but through a different resolution, so this appropriates all the funds, the full amount, so that full amount can be spent on other projects. It's not restricted to this project since this project is complete.
But it's $124,000.
That's what we're paying, yes, but there is another, the Ready grant amount is in here, the 653, because we had paid for that, and then we were reimbursed.
Okay.
So that's basically putting all of that money back into our account,
Thanks for clarifying.
the balance, yeah. Well, it's confusing, so.
Yeah.
Any questions? Catching up? Okay. Need a motion to approve Resolution 2026-08, the expenses and costs related to the reconstruction of Graham Road.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other new business? Okay, we'll move on to the cash flow analysis.
So Matt and the mayor and I spent quite a bit of time going through this and updating it. So for your last meeting, I still had kind of the end of 2025 on here. So you could see last month where projects kind of ended up being and what was spent on them at the end of the year. So we've taken all of those off and then updated the list for 2026 projects. So you can see on here, everything has got a resolution number, so those are all approved. There's a few things for 2026 that we do have below that we know is going to they're going to be coming your way. The Franklin College, the Innovation Park, that was one that we had to have a resolution at the December meeting, but that we couldn't encumber that without a contract. We also have some work to do on that one in talking with Ellen. That is not located in or adjacent to any of our existing TIF districts. So in order to actually pay that incentive or grant match, we are going to need to create a new allocation area. And so we have to work through those steps for that. And then also the Graham Road reconstruction, that will be starting this year. So that's listed there as well. And then the other projects that are listed are either out of Board of Works or we don't have numbers for yet. So we have estimates for Scott Park. So when you look through this, it looks like not so much in 2026, but in 2027, it does look like we're going to have quite a bit of funds. But just remember that Scott Park is going to take up a lot of that. If we can cash flow that instead of bond, that would be ideal. I don't know. We'll work through that. And then there's also a list of other pending development projects. So it depends on, we have had some interest on some property out by 600 East. So that could be something that we need to do along with that roundabout there. And then still working through the roundabout at Earlywood and Hurricane, and then the Earlywood Drive improvements that would go along with that as well. So quite a bit of projects still under consideration, but I didn't really add anything for 2027 other than the Scott Park. The other items listed are paid from other areas. So I did update the bond for DPW. So that was, I think, originally 40 million, and the office building was broke out from that. And so that's 27, but then we also have the West Side Sewer Interceptor. And then this year, the sewer billing office should be built. So that's listed under 2026 as well. So we go through Steve's project list that he presented to you at the last meeting and just kind of cross-referenced all of those to make sure everything was updated on here. And I did use the tax receipts in yellow there on the front page. That's what we actually received in 2026. So if you remember, we were near $1 million higher than what we had received the year before. So that also helps with the cash flow planning.
Any questions on cash flow? I guess I have one question on the Scott Park and this Mayor Matt. I noticed this week twice that I've seen people out there surveying or doing something in the field. Have we already started that project?
Thank you, sir. We have started the engineering process of that project, yes. So I want to, if you don't mind, I want to back up just a little bit. On the College Innovation Park, the $500,000, we may go through edit funds and not TIF this area. We may not entertain that.
Thank you.
I'm going to have a conversation this week with who the proposed contractor is going to be and kind of talk through that a little bit. But the part, that's a big project, and the part that the city would be participating in would only be the industrial part. Whenever they talk about their housing and the commercial part, we're not looking to TIF any of that. We're not looking to help with that. That's all on contractors. The industrial park, we are looking to help with that. Plus, I think, we had a matching grant from from IEDC for the 500,000 that we pledged. They have upped that to $1 million. So we will put in 500,000. The IEDC is looking to put in $1 million for that. So just wanted to update you on that part. Back to Scott Park. It's moving along with the engineering part of it, and it'll probably be later this summer before we're ever at a position to break ground, or early next spring is what I'm thinking. But we do have to get through the financial piece and working with Jeff Peters on the best route to go, and we're kind of waiting on the pricing of what is coming back to us when they do the engineering part. And I know this is a big range, but we've kind of set the range we're looking for between $10 and $15 million is where it's at. Some of that we'll be able to fund and cash flow, and some of it we may have to do somewhat of a bond. So we will come back in the future with some of those questions that I just proposed. So.
Well, it just shocked me to see them out there walking around with their, I guess, survey sticks or whatever they were.
Yeah, they're walking around with baseball bats and stuff. All right, thank you. Any more questions? That's what I love to do, is answer questions.
So we did approve the resolution in 25 for the upfront for the design services. So that was $860,000. And that's what you're seeing out there. They have to have all the contours and all that information and survey work before they can do the design, so.
I can answer to what's going on. So yeah, they have done surveying, they've done a wetland delineation report, figuring out where wetlands are. A lot of stuff, since it's in the floodplain, to get that kind of information set out, so they know where to set the fields, where they set the buildings or clubhouses or anything like that. So that's what a lot of the prelim survey work is for. We've had a few design meetings already with the architect to kind of shape up what we're looking for with Chip and them at the Parks Department. So that's basically where we're at. So as we move forward, there's permitting process that also has to get started real early. So surveying is the key to that. So
Thank you. It just surprised me driving by twice, and I saw people out there
Yeah.
running around in the field.
yeah,
And I'm involved in those meetings along with Steve and Matt, and the Parks Department has gone to other facilities nearby to see what they like and don't like about, what's just been built, what they would change. They're doing a good job learning of, what to do, what not to do, what works well, that sort of thing. We do have a lot of restrictions because of the site and the flood, and the wetlands and the floodway, but just working around that, like we did for the amphitheater project. So just,
Thank you. It caught my curiosity because I was under the impression it wasn't going to start till summer.
once we have more final plans and renderings, we will definitely share those with you.
yeah. The survey work's good to have done in the winter time, actually, when the grass isn't growing or trees aren't growing real high, so they can actually get their survey equipment in there real easy.
Well, good. Appreciate it.
And I did email you all, but just in case for the audience, I don't have the January financial reports done. That's always a big year end to reconcile for the full year. So and they also have a new software that they're converting to. So I don't have the January financials for you, but as soon as I get that from the clerk's office, I'll do our financials and email them to you all, and they'll get posted as well.
Okay, thank you. Amanda, Aspire update.
I was gonna ask, you don't have anything for me on here?
No,
Okay.
I
No,
didn't
that's
wanna
fine.
I didn't want to send it to you right here. It has to
That's okay.
mess
I-
with it while you were-
I just wanted to double check.
I'll just print these.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So we'll start with this side, with the
month-to-month lead response activity. But as I'm looking at this, I can say that I'm not sure if we've had a typical year over the last 5 years for us to really say, okay, yeah, this is baseline. It seems like there's always something going on, and there's just been something going on for the last 5 years. So I really can't say, oh yeah, this is a typical year, because it hasn't felt like that. So kind of switching over to the lead pipeline, the yellow boxes, these are the project requests, information requests that we have responded to. We probably get probably twice as many as what you're seeing here. So this time last year, we responded to about 63 of these, and so far over the last 12 months, we've responded to 50. So that number is down, but you'll see that those potential jobs and that investment is way up. But again, we receive probably twice as many, but I think I mentioned in one of my presentations, we play defense as much as we play offense for our communities, making sure that either the projects are a good fit for the community, they're industries that you guys are interested in, and aren't environmentally impactful, aren't, big utility users or, smelly or all of those things, and we want to make sure that we're a good fit for the company as well. We have seen a little bit more activity over the last couple of months, kind of hearing back on some of those projects, those project submissions. So we have had a little bit more conversations, a little bit more folks actually coming out to look at buildings than we did kind of see the last quarter, which is typically a little bit quieter anyway. So. Well, we'll flip over to the other side and changed up the boxes a little bit. They look a little bit different than they did last time, but our outbound marketing, but the data points are the same. Outbound marketing touches so far this year, we've had 740, and these are where we are reaching out to site selectors and saying, hey, just want to let you know, these are the kind of cool things that we've got going on in Johnson County. Do you have a few minutes? I'd really like to tell you a little bit more about it. Our broker and site selector conversations, these are some of those meetings that have resulted from those 740 emails that I've sent out, just getting to share about either a site that they may be interested in or talking through maybe a program or something like that we're working on. We have had a site visit so far this year, and then the BRE visits where Pat is going out and meeting with our existing companies. She's had 3 of those as of the end of January. So just kind of some of that outbound marketing information. I did want to kind of touch on like 4 different areas that are where we have a lot of activity. With our strategic plan, I provided an update the last time you saw me. We have a draft framework that has been sent off to hirings to kind of assist us with helping to develop that narrative. And our steering committee is going to be reviewing both our metrics and our overarching goal methodologies. Like how do we want to measure this? What are our metrics for these overarching goals? On the business retention side, Pat has assisted 6 different companies so far this year by either providing them where they've reached out to her and said, hey, I'm looking for information on this, or do you have a connection for this type of thing, or what kind of resources do you have access to that could help me, either expand my business or get connected to Workforce Solutions. So. She is seeing a very high demand for experienced welders, both MIG and TIG welders, and this is we've been seeing this across the board as those machine maintenance technicians are very in high demand just across the board with all of our manufacturers. A couple of programs I wanted to highlight: our School to Work program and our Employer Resource Network on the bottom of those 2 boxes. These are programs that are either largely either grant funded or member funded for the most part. We do support these out of our budget a bit, but our School to Work program works with all of our school systems across Johnson County and into southern Indianapolis. We do work with Perry, Southport, and Roncalli as well to help with getting their students connected to work-based learning opportunities. We also support our schools by providing employers for some of their career discovery meetings, if you're familiar with that. It is a requirement that all of our high school juniors and seniors sit down with either an employer, a college, there's a couple of are other requirements as well, but they're small group discussions where they have to actually have a conversation with an employer, and so we're providing those employers for our students. And, excuse me, so we kind of come into the school and I've been calling them like blitz days, just give us the cafeteria and, some round tables and just send the students in, and we set up each one of the tables with an employer, and they get to learn about their career path, what types of training do I need? Is there any support for me if I wanted to go to school later? Do I need a degree for this? Just the ability to ask questions and to be able to expand the purview of the student of the different types of careers that are available out there. So that's our School to Work program. They do a lot more things, and I could spend a good 20 minutes, but we don't want to be here for that one. Our Employer Resource Network is an employee retention program birthed out of the Johnson County Community Foundation, and we now administer. And it's a membership-based program where companies will pay into they will purchase a portion of a success coach's time. And so I kind of call this program EAP on steroids. Or if you're familiar, life falls apart. You call the EAP phone number, help you through legal challenges, finding a therapist, different things like that. Well, those are really challenging times in life. And so when life falls apart, instead of calling the phone number, you know that every Tuesday afternoon from noon to 4, Nick is in the lunchroom if you are an employee of one of these member companies, and can help walk you through that, walk you through those challenges. But he also does career coaching. So if one of the employees is looking for an opportunity to upskill, get promoted, different things like that, he can help walk them through that. Even a challenging conversation with your supervisor, he's done it all. So just some exciting programs. Both our School to Work and Employer Resource Network programs, I kind of call the eyebrow raise conversations. When you tell a company or a site selector about them, they're like, oh. So it's one of those programs that as we are focused on the talent attraction and retention in our communities, these are programs that are really going to help shore that up, both on the pipeline side and the retention side. So, any questions on my update?
Thank you very much, Amanda. Appreciate the update. Are there any public comments anyone would like to make? Okay. I was going to call on you first, Mayor.
Well, I just want to thank you, Rosie. We teamed up on Bury the Barrel. Of course, I think everybody's seen that the US 31 Phase 4 project has already started. It started earlier this year. That's a good thing. And then also Phase 2, they were working on that yesterday to get the lights going. So that part will hopefully get opened all the way up with the lighted turn spaces the next couple weeks is what we're hoping for. But Bury the Barrel, and what the message is, we got to support our businesses on US 31 just like we support the businesses downtown. We want them to all be there when this project is done. So brave the barrels. It's safe. Just be slow and go spend money on US 31. Thank you.
Thank you. Matt, anything? Dana?
Staying busy.
Well, that's the great news. Rosie?
Well, brave the barrels. I think that's the message we're trying to get out there. We've got a dedicated tab on our website to give you a lot of supplemental information to what UDOT already provides. And then we've created this brochure to let people know, it's a little bit easier to read. And we're putting these brochures in all the different businesses around town, not just along the 31 corridor, but all over the community. Because of course, the construction will have a ripple effect throughout the community. Also want to say we just did our State of the City address in partnership with the City of Franklin. Mayor Barnett gave a really positive address, and very nice to be there and to hear it. Capacity crowd as always, and we appreciate the partnership there. 3 community awards for that. And the Business Hall of Fame Award was awarded to Industrial Controls and Automation. Heather and Tony Daly have been in business for 30 years, started off in their basement, and so they received that award. The Community Service Award went to the Elks Lodge. They have contributed many, many, many dollars to cancer research and also nonprofits. And then the Community Impact Award went to Wild Geese Bookshop. You know Tiffany and what she's doing. If you see a line wrapped around the art craft or past the art craft down the way, past breaks, it is probably going to be for a book event, an author event. And she brings in thousands of people every year to our community. So very proud of those 3 award recipients, and we've been busy too. It's been good busy, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Rob? Art
We
craft?
just got done with our sponsorship party, and we brought in a lot of new business folks. A lot of folks have confidence, and we will get to know very soon. But we set a goal, we met the goal.
It can't be mowing.
You might have to come to the podium.
And tonight we have bingo, which is gaining more and more. But on our website, there are actually still a few movies or programs or things like that. And there's always projects. There are always small to medium-sized projects that people can contribute to. It's always a working business. There you have it.
Appreciate it. I don't know you. Yeah, would you have anything you'd like to ask or say?
I'll just introduce myself. My name is Tori Mercado. I work with Weddle Brothers Commercial Construction Companies. We are a GCCM design build firm that also provides general trades, including heavy site civil, so we move all your dirt, concrete, as well as carpentry. We're headquartered out of Bloomington, have been around for 80 years. I'm a longtime Johnson County resident, learning more about all the different cities that are around, and just happy to be here and learn more about the community.
Thank you. Glad to have you. Anything else from Spire? Paul? Dan?
No, thank you.
Josh?
Nope.
Deb?
Sure.
Anything from the school?
Yes. We've had a lot of students as well as educators receive recognition and awards lately. Marnie Moore was named the 2026 Lilly Endowment Community Scholar. At the state FFA contest, we had winners for the FCHS crops team and our etymology team. FCHS girls wrestling, we had 5 girls qualify for the state. 3 of them were medalists. Jazz Diaz was state runner-up, and the team placed 11th overall. At a recent Purdue University Fort Wayne School of Music brass competition, Pablo Morales was named champion on both the trumpet and the sousaphone. And congratulations goes to 5 Franklin High School students named as Student of the Month at C9. Katie Blackwell, Jaden Vest, Emma Tester, Maddie Spander, and Mitchell Herbert. Ryan Wagner is no longer an interim principal at Franklin High School. He has been named the principal, replacing Steve Ahouse, who is moving to CFO. Creekside Julie Rowan received statewide Literacy Education Excellence Award. And Cheryl Morin was a finalist in the National Middle Level Educator of the Year competition. Basketball's in full swing at all the elementary schools. And in the business aspect of the school, I'm sure you probably saw it in the Daily Journal or on Facebook. The CFO requested to put delinquent lunch collections into the state's TREC system to garnish a family's tax refund to pay for our lunch debt. With that request, the school board said no. And we thought the community could help out in this matter. And so far, we have seen support from various organizations and individuals. We haven't met the debt yet, but the word is out there. And also in the business aspect, the resolution to create our own police department for the school was passed. Also, an improved vision insurance plan was passed for all the teachers, which I've already heard from some of them, and they love it. And upcoming board retreat on February 27th, right here. It's an all-day process, and that's pretty much it.
Deb, do you know what that amount was for the lunch debt?
At the time of the board meeting, it was right at $4,000. It has since increased to, I believe, $4,080.
And Deb, how can you donate if you want to, do you know?
There's a site that I read in the Daily Journal, but you could just donate to the school lunch.
Okay,
Take it to the administration office, it'd be fine.
okay. Thank you.
Krista?
I don't have anything further.
Ellen? Okay, thank you. This will, oh no, March 17th, 8 a.m. is our next meeting. You're all welcome to attend, and we look forward to seeing you. We'll adjourn our meeting of the Redevelopment Commission. Thank you, everyone.
Don't forget your green.
Green. Oh, for St. Patrick's Day?
That's right.
Don't want to get pinched.